You start to relax your body, and you start to notice that there is a fluttering motion under your eyelids, and you start to notice that your breathing has started to slow down. Your mouth has become a little bit dry. As you continue to breathe, letting your brain know that you're not in fight or flight, but you've chosen to cut that off, allow yourself this moment of freedom from racing thoughts, anxiety, expectations of self. As you start to think a little bit more about your life, there was a time when it was appropriate and it was fun for you to stay up late at night. And even if you have no memory of this, you know logically that it must have been fun for you to hang up late at night. And it was such a nice break from the day which felt a little bit more meaningless and not as fun. However, even as you look back being happy, you also now can't help noticing the transition that you're making with your life. How you now want to move with the permission of your higher self in a different, more exciting direction in your life. That direction involves you getting out of the rat race and making something real, meaningful, career-wise in your life. You realize how you've grown and how you've matured. Even though your mind already knows it, more strongly than ever, you are starting to realize that your life is taking a different direction, and you're ready for that change. The reason you're ready for that change is because you understand you are heading into a more professional stage in your life. You're starting to admire the kind of people that would wake up early and until 2 p.m. able to reach the contacts they need to reach, take the next couple of hours finishing up notes, finishing up emails, and wrapping up the day. That is actually something you're starting to admire and be drawn towards. The reason why you're drawn to this is because you're ready to create even a better life for yourself. And you've done a phenomenal job in the last few years of taking care of yourself, of growing, gaining a better understanding of people and why they did the things they did. And you realize that this is also something you are starting to see that you are preparing for. You're starting to be ready for this. The only reason you hadn't done this before is you didn't have a strong enough reason, and you just hadn't been able to think about the value of waking up early. And those are some of the things that you're going to see the value in. You want a better life for yourself, and you're very creative. And as you start to compare the benefits of staying up, it seems so pale compared to the new direction that your life is going. Even as you look now, you're starting to see how much more you will thrive, how much your body is going to love you even more as you're out in the sun, getting serotonin from the sun. And at night, when it's just starting to get dark outside, your body will start to be programmed to produce more melatonin in your body, more naturally, just slowly fixing your body's natural rhythm that all living things have thrived upon for millions of years of evolution. And naturally, it's meant to give you more healing properties. Going to bed a few hours after it gets dark And waking up early, getting more serotonin, which is directly related to higher levels of happiness, to better mood, curing depression, to giving you better, longer life, better days, slowing down cell death. And as you start to think about the fact that you're going to look better and glow more, how there won't be any bags under your eyes. For the next 20, 30 years, you could avoid that just by creating this natural balance. You start to find that aspect almost sexy, and you start to think of images of people that you know have the lifestyle of night owls that end up drinking a lot more. And if you stay up late at night and hang out more with them, that's what you will naturally be drawn to doing. And you see how they haven't really created too much in their life, that they're not really ready for more. But someone that is ready for more is going to be drawn to the kind of lifestyle where, yes, you can have a few nights a month of being a night owl, but most of your nights are spent on making that commitment to yourself, that you're going to be more drawn to this life, and you send a very powerful message to your subconscious. You let it know that you are its priority, that a past programming and being drawn to small things here and there, not really creating a life for yourself, is not attractive to you anymore. And you see the people, you can just tell, go to bed at a reasonable time. You see that they're getting up early and they're getting a lot more done. They're able to reach a lot more people. And you can see that now. You can see that the ones that are up early are just creating more drive for themselves. They have a very serious life that they're committed to. They are their own top priority, and not social acceptance, a stronger sense of self. I want your mind to just slowly drift towards a time when you were younger. And I want you to create an image, whatever comes to your mind, of you being up late at night having fun. And I want you to make a mental note of that image and say to yourself, this is great for now, but this is not what I want for myself when I'm older. Some things that are appropriate for one time are not necessarily appropriate at another time. And now I invite you to create a mental picture of yourself waking up earlier than you do now by a few hours, whatever time you're drawn to in this moment. I will have you notice that as you picture that, you find that to be very sexy. And I challenge you to try to find that annoying or something that's not possible, but you won't be able to do it. Your mind now is very drawn to the idea of you waking up early. You love the idea of being the kind of person that hikes in the morning, or you're the kind of person that makes phone calls from the beach, and you just find that to be so valuable. And as you have an image of waking up early, looking over at the clock and seeing what time it is, and it's early in the morning, I challenge you to try to find something wrong with it, or try to find that unattractive, but you won't be able to. Go ahead and try. All you can think about is how that's fixing your body's natural rhythm, how that's helping give you more hours to contact more people, to reach out more people, to be out in the sun, which you already instinctively know is good for you. I challenge you to try to find anything wrong with that. Go ahead and try. Notice that you're not able to. That all you can see is that you are attracted to that lifestyle. That you've seen the value in it for quite some time. But now you just cannot unsee the value in it in favor of staying up late at night. I invite you to think of an image. It's about 10, 11 p.m. at night, and I want to just put the idea in your head that it's time for bed. And you'll find now that you've seen that image, you will not be able to find the idea of going to bed at that time. You will not be able to find anything wrong with it. You're actually very drawn to the idea of your body's natural clock gently taking you and letting you just naturally drawn to sleeping early. And you actually start to find that very appealing. And your body naturally gives you the benefit of making you slightly tired and taking away some of that energy. And it's only 11 p.m. at night. And you tried to find the idea of staying up longer sexy. Go ahead and try to find the idea of staying up sexy. But you can't, because all those people that you thought were so great for staying up, you notice how they're going to have premature aging, how they're going to accomplish less in the day, how they just will be groggy and can't wait to get done so that they can go home and start their day, and that's how they get through the day. And that's just not attractive to you, because you know that's not productive, and you know that you cannot create a real life for yourself being attracted to that. You find yourself almost a little sickened by that kind of life, and you're excited for that transition. And let that image of you being in your bed at 11 p.m. come back into your mind's eye, and see that you're very drawn to just laying down and allowing yourself to naturally be taken into a sleepy state. And you love that idea, and you're very drawn to it, and you're curious about it. But you know something in your mind that is 100% true, and that is you can never go back to idolizing the late lifestyle, knowing how bad it is for you, how it upsets your cells and their natural serotonin and melatonin intake, how it leads to premature aging and gives you wrinkles and bags under your eyes. You know how it's not good for you to rely on that level of adrenaline and cortisol pumping through your blood, and you have no way of releasing it. And you know that it's leading to early organ damage with all that cortisol that has to be produced in order to give you that jolt at night, because that's just not what the body was meant to do. Stay up at night. Your body has to go into overtime to give you the amount of adrenaline that you need. And you just start to find that level of self-care, of giving your body sleep when you know it naturally needs it. You start to find that idea very appealing. And your body and brain naturally do the right thing and start to make you more and more sleepy. And you'll notice that over the next few days, that at a very appropriate time as you lay down, more than before, you will be attracted to the idea of sleeping early. You feel very excited to see how the next few days are going to go. As you start to come out of that visualization and back to this room, in a few moments it'll be time to open your eyes, but you know that you'll never be able to unsee or unhear what you've seen and heard in your mind's eye and with my voice. You'll start to become more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. You just start to notice noises other than the sound of my voice in the room, and you start to get a sense of where you are. And anytime that you're ready, take your time. You'll start to gently flutter your eyes open, and you'll start to regain consciousness in the room. Let your eyes naturally settle one by one on 5 different colors and say them out loud.